Sul San Fermo, ancora lui che guida il gruppo in caccia allo svizzero Grezé, che ha tentato l'ennesimo allungo di questo gran finale. È un Giro di Lombardia molto bello e combattuto. Grezé se ne va sul San Fermo, ma anche lui non riesce.
Anche perché ha avuto un paio di incidenti, ha vinto solamente 2 corse, 2 tappe al Giro d'Austria nel mese di giugno, ma qui oggi vediamo il miglior Evans di questo 2004.
Grande classe per questo ex biker, è stato un campione nella mountain bike, poi 4 anni fa Cadel Evans ha deciso di dedicarsi al ciclismo su strada ottenendo subito ottimi risultati, militava nella Mapei, addirittura al Giro d'Italia del 2002 vestì per un giorno la maglia rosa prima di crollare verso Folgaria. Ivan Basso ha ripreso in mano la situazione, lo scatto di Evans non è stato violentissimo, hanno risposto molto bene sia Ivan Basso che Michael Bogert, mentre Cunego a quanto è? Fabretti, Davide, quel che fece a corno alle scale quando perse contatto da Simoni e recuperò negli ultimi 2 chilometri di salita.
Arrivando poi secondo, ancora 800 metri per arrivare al Gran Premio della Montagna che è posto a soli 5 chilometri dal traguardo. 3 chilometri di discesa, 500 metri di strada bella ancora in leggerissima discesa e poi gli ultimi 1500 metri pianeggianti.
3 modi diversi di pedalare, vedete, più piegato sulla bicicletta Cadel Evans, più alti, stilisticamente migliori rispetto a Evans sia Basso che Michael Bogert. L'avevamo ribattezzato l'Eterno Piazzato. Quante volte Bogert si è presentato lì nel gruppo a giocarsi la vittoria ed è sempre arrivato secondo o terzo?
All'Amstel Gold Race 2 volte secondo, al Giro di Lombardia una volta secondo, una volta terzo, alla Liegi-Bastogliegi una volta secondo, una volta quarto, una volta quinto, sempre piazzato.
E quest'anno secondo sia all'Amstel che alla Liegi-Bastogliegi alle spalle di Rebellin. Segnalato a soli 5 secondi Damiano Cunego, mentre il gruppetto con Nardello è a 20 secondi.
This way. He looks to be too supple and doing it too easy.
Here he goes again. Look at this. Oh, now that's the big one.
That's the big one. It's over.
He's looking back over his shoulder and burying himself now. Gilberto Simoni to try and stay with him. He's trying to up his pace. He's gone. Look at this. He's just gone. Wonderful riding by Paolo Bettini. Get that motorbike out of the way, for goodness sake. There's not enough space. Look at this. The Italian Tifosi now out around the hill, the last hill of the day at San Fermo della Battaglia.
Look at the supplesse in his legs as well. On top of the gear, not doing over his limit so he can hold it to the top of the climb. Not even looking around now, just going full bore.
Just having a quick look over his shoulder to see if the other two are going to stay with him. And what's the gap that they've let out? Well, it's not as big as I expected it to perhaps be. Maybe a little bit more I perhaps expected. Gilberto Simoni again having a go to get back to them, and Schleck just sticking on that wheel.
This could be very good news for Frank Schleck.
Sono in grado di andare a riprendere i 2 uomini al comando. Vedete adesso Wegmann cercherà in tutte le maniere di stare con Paolo Bettini, che naturalmente si è portato al comando quando mancano meno di 7 chilometri all'arrivo. Come al solito il più generoso è Mickey Bogert.
La conosce benissimo questa salita Mickey Bogert. 2 anni fa la fece a ruota di Ivan Basso, c'era anche Cadel Evans quel giorno. Poi Bogert ottenne una seconda posizione, prova ad allungare, mi sembra Bettini o semplicemente Wegmann non ce la fa più.
Non ce la fa più,
ha innestato il turbo Paolo Bettini.
Infatti io se fossi stato in Wegmann non avrei tirato nel tratto pianeggiante, si è dimostrato generoso, il giovane corridore tedesco cerca di chiudere gli occhi per vedere.
Restiamo su questa immagine, c'è tutta la fatica del ciclismo.
Vedete, ogni tanto chiude gli occhi per dire: ma quando è che finisce questa salita? Ancora 1 chilometro, devo farcela, devo cercare di stare con il campione del mondo, è qui, è là in cima che finisce il mio Giro di Lombardia. Vedete proprio la fatica, lo sforzo del corridore tedesco, ma non c'è niente da fare. Però vedete che Bettini non se ne approfitta, cerca di andare su regolare, ma sai, quando c'è un corridore della stessa squadra davanti con Bettini, un corridore che è decisamente inferiore e dà una mano, vuol dire che Rebellin non è nella condizione per poter attaccare o per poter recuperare.
difficult to tell. The front wheel definitely tucking up underneath him, and he went down hard, looking behind him. Just a little lack of concentration, or a little nerves, in fact, probably more than anything else. Rico once again pushing hard, and Cunego is with him. Cunego is not wanting to let this man get away. I can't say I blame him. He's a very tough customer, one of the coming men of Italian cycling, Riccardo Rico. He's been a pupil, really, of Gilberto Simoni for the last few years. Simoni's been saying this guy is a man to watch, and Riccardo Rico leading Damiano Cunego, winner of the Giro d'Italia in 2004 and this race in 2004 at the moment. Coming across to the moment, looks like Decker in very fine form indeed. Still lurking is the form of David Rebellin, it looks like to me, from Gerolsteiner. Right behind Riccardo Rico is at an absolute slew of wins as he goes again off the front this year. Two in Tirreno Adriatico, remember, one in the Tour San Luis, and one stage in the Tour of Italy as well. The really big mountain stage at Trecchimi di Lavaredo. Shows he can climb. He's got the power, he's got the speed, and Damiano Cunego, who's never really matched his 2004 form, having a very good race indeed. He's been in super form as Cunego, and Rico also towing the winner of Coppa Sabatini recently up. The road's not good here at all. Hanging about. Cunego on his way. This is where he excelled last year. He had Riccardo Rico for company here, and the two of them working together. Oh, well, 7 kilometers. I'm very sorry. We've just a little bit premature there.
6 kilometers to go, and an attack now is this Gilbert, who's gone in the shadows of the bridge. It's a very familiar style indeed, and this is a perfect time for him to go, to open a gap on the last meters of the climb and then hang on in there. How many times has he done this? It's almost like the springboard in Paris Tours at the beginning of the month, and he did the same, but then he was very surprised to find Tom Bonan alongside him. Cadel Evans, despite his effort, is tagging on to the back of this group. I guess that's what a world champion's jersey does for you. Huge effort by the man of the moment, this. Silence Lotto flying the flag high as the season comes to a close. Criticised all year, but boy, they've delivered in September and October, that's for sure. And this is a sustained effort now to try and crack the elastic. Sanchez is gritting his teeth and looking as though he might nab him. He'll be a great ally as they run down to the finish, and shouldn't...
was really not in the place where they wanted to be. That for me was a great motivator.
Yeah, I have to agree. Even myself as a modest mountain biker, that was always my thought as well. I could always, as Sean would say, tolerate the weather, tolerate these conditions, and if you know everybody else is feeling rubbish, that gives you a huge psychological boost, doesn't it? Gilbert just want to turn up the wick here, because they just had another big bump of shoulders and elbows, and Gilbert is just
big ring.
Yep, there we go, shifted to the big ring. Rory's blown him.
I think he just missed the change on up to his big ring as well.
Oh dear. Now Scarponi's lost what? 15 bike lengths immediately. That's it. He's going to put the hammer down now, and Scarponi's really going to have to fight to get back to that one. Looks over his shoulder. I don't think that's going to happen somehow.
No, we've got the decent coming up here now as well, where Gilbert was...
That counter-attacks Fabiano, who'll be riding across to his compatriot Thibaut Pinot, I think, very, very soon. Still indications are that there's 14 seconds between Alaphilippe and Pinot, but he's flying. That's a great race from Alaphilippe. And fully justifying the confidence that Quick-Step Floors had in him, I think, today. A better option than Dan Martin, who's clearly out of sorts. Alaphilippe, there he is. Pinot knows that he's there. When he looks, you see the...
Fulton goes this time. And Bennett looked down at his headstock there, looked down at his computer, and he's gone. And that was the telltale sign. Well, Fulton's gone.
He's gone. The gap's growing. The last few hundred metres now of the climb.
Let's make sure that this is second. Let's not concede another place. Let's not let Vlasov come back or Mollema come back.
Yeah.